Good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the SA Sports Medicine Association sports taping series. Today we're going to have a look at taping the shoulder joint and the AC joint.
Set.
G'day guys, welcome back. Now you will have just seen us show an example of how to tape for an AC joint injury for your athletes. What I'm going to do now is show you a couple of different methods of taping the glenohumeral or the shoulder joint for people who may suffer with a loose joint or pain or previous injury in that area. So really easy couple of methods here. Same things that we need. Again, some maxi fix here. I've got it in the 5 centimeter, but again, as I've said previously, the 10 centimeter would work fine for this. I've got a 75 mil Maxiplast EAB, a 38 mil Extreme Maxiplast rigid sports tape, and again I've got my scissors close by. So what we're going to look at doing here is taping the shoulder joint to prevent dislocation injuries where they're up here and their arm comes back. Alright, so a really common one in tackling sports, their arm gets flung out to the side and it gets knocked from behind and the shoulder or the upper arm pops out the front or subluxes out the front, or they're up for a mark and someone comes from behind and knocks that and it gets caught back here, and again the head of the humerus pops out the front. So we want to stop that from happening. So what we need to do with your maxi fix, just get a nice strip that we're going to place around the middle to upper arm of our athlete as an anchor point. Alright, if you've got athletes with hairy armpits, now's a great time to get them to hold that out of the way, because you don't want to be getting arm hairs caught in here. I'm just going to take some time to admire my estimation of the length of the width of Lauren's arm there. I've absolutely nailed that. Then another strip. If you cut it, and we'll place it up where I've got the AC joint taping from the previous video, just to give you a guide of where to put that. Stuck on me. Go again. Worst thing about these type of fixed tapes, easy to get caught on each other. Okay. And then up, as I said, just over the top of that AC joint. Now, what we're going to do is, to start off with, I've got some 38 mil rigid. I just want you to measure out, so you can turn the tape over, measure out approximately how far that tape will be, and then just tear off a strip. Place the tape on the bottom anchor, lift up slightly, and place at the top. Alright. Repeat this process a few times. So just check again the length. Tear it off. This time I'm going to go slightly in front of the one that I put on previously. Alright, like so. Pull up slightly and cross over at the top. Alright. Very important to note that you're starting at the bottom and pulling the tape up to the top rather than starting at the top and pulling down. The reason for this is when we start at the bottom and pull up, we're pulling that joint into its socket, rather as if we started from the top and pulled down, we'd be actually separating that. So very important to start at the bottom, work your way up, check the length of your tape. This time I'll go from the back, place it on and pull with a little bit of tension up the top. Now you can do this as many times as you think necessary. 3 is a minimum. You could fan it out even further. Again, if you're using a 50mm rigid tape, that's going to obviously create a larger surface area of the tape there. I might do a couple more just to show the effect that I want you guys to get. Alright, we'll go a little bit further back again, and we'll go a little bit further at front on this side. And then we'll go one more, this time a little bit further in front, and then a little bit further back. Alright, so that's all pulled up nice in there. Notice that we've kept away from the front and back crease of the arm, so they're still going to be able to go like this. I'll hold that down there for Laura and just get her to raise her arm straight up. Very little restriction there. Alright, so you know that that's fine. That's what we need them to be able to do in those catching sports. If that's all you've got, so if you've only got rigid tape, you could finish it off there with a half lock. Alright, don't go the whole way around. Just go half the way, really, really loose, so you don't cut off any blood vessels under the arm. And same again, you could lock it off at the front, at the top, pat it down, and that's going to hold them in place relatively well. If, however, you think that they need a little bit more support and you have some EAB sports tape ready or close to you, you can do what I'm about to do next. Alright, place it over the anchor point, do a lap around of the arm. Okay, that gives us a nice solid base, and we come under, up the back of the shoulder, back of the arm. Alright, and down. Try and be as gentle as possible here. Pull tape, let it relax. And then we come back up front here. Down around the arm again. And around. Okay. Now, my general advice would be to use the entire roll. I just think that when you're going to go to the effort of taping a shoulder here like this, it's best to get as much support out of it as possible, get that nice and compressed through this joint here. You've got the roll there for that purpose, so finish that roll. Now, always check, is the athlete able to raise their arms straight up in front? Yes. Does it hold on? Yes. If we get them up into this position here and we do that, is there a support there? Yes, there should be, because we've come over this way and put tension down through there. Okay, so make sure when you've got your loop, you've come up, around, and we go down across the chest, so we're pulling that in that way. All right, a little bit complex, that one. If you have any questions through this video, flick them into the Sports Medicine Association and we can get them answered, but there are a couple of good methods for taping your shoulder.